Hello and welcome to your MES eLesson. I'm Natalie. Today you're going to learn how to find out about people's habits or repeated actions. You'll also learn how to ask about general facts in a business setting. In order to ask about people's habits, for example, do you clean out your desk at the end of each month? Repeated actions, for example, do you catch the 7:15 train to work every day? Or general facts, for example, does your company utilise a top-down infrastructure? You must learn how to use the present tense with do to make these questions. How do you make these questions? First, know how to conjugate do. Let's use the example, want to talk this over some coffee later, to complete the sentence. If you want to ask about yourself, please repeat. Do I want to talk this over some coffee later? If you want to ask about me, do you want to talk this over some coffee later? If you want to ask about Kyle, does Kyle want to talk this over some coffee later? If you want to ask about Linda, does Linda want to talk this over some coffee later? If you want to ask about us, do we want to talk this over some coffee later? If you want to ask about them, do they want to talk this over some coffee later? It's very important to memorise this conjugation fluently before you start practicing video B. Next, know your verbs and really study your vocabulary. For example, do you believe in trickle-down economics? Support the recent tax cuts for big businesses? Usually engage in small talk with your clients before making a deal. Finally, to build a more specific question, you can use a time reference. For example, does the company forecast hiring people or do they expect to issue pink slips this year? Or a prepositional phrase. For example, does the company forecast hiring people or do they expect to issue pink slips in the future? Excellent! Now, let's review how to ask about people's habits, repeated actions and general facts in a business setting. How do you use these questions? You use them by knowing the conjugation of do and building a more specific question with the vocabulary, prepositional phrases and time references. Well done! Let's move on to video B to really practice making a variety of your own questions. Remember to keep on reviewing your vocabulary. I'm Natalie and I look forward to seeing you soon.